Race car legend.
Dee Tattersall minces no words when discussing her late husband, Bob.
He became quite popular overseas in New Zealand and Australia, as well as in the United States, running Canada, and all the Midwestern states.
A guardian of Bob's legacy and history, she's precise in her telling of how they met and how he got his racing start.
In 1948, he ran for a gentleman by the name of Bill Hoss. They run stock cars at the time. And then after I was introduced to him, my father run a wrecking yard. And of course, he had the access to the parts and everything that he needed, so he knew that I was going to be a good choice.
It wasn't just a marriage of convenience. There was love there.
If you're going to make something work, you got to work together.
Bob and Dee Tattersall were married in 1950, and Bob soon switched to midget car racing, a smaller vehicle than the famous Indy car style. He was a champion driver several times over.
When you go around a corner, the momentum of your rear tires picks up the left front tire of the race car. And he loved dirt. And the majority of the time, you always got sprayed if you were in the grandstand, because he was going to barrel it and you were going to get a bath of dirt.
Dee traveled to races with her husband. He was a risk taker, a bit of a daredevil, but she came to know racing very well.
Right, you're on the edge of your seat all the time. Yes, you are. But then you're aware of their ability and you go along with it.
She tried to have a good time at the track, once even racing in the Powder Puff, women drivers only races. But mostly she and the other wives would get into prank wars.
We would go and we'd get in the drivers' bags where they would have their equipment, and we would smear lipstick like they were cheating on their wives.
Dee and Bob Tattersall were devoted to each other.
It was my love of my life. He was my soulmate. He sure was.
Surviving numerous crashes and injuries, Bob ultimately succumbed to cancer in 1971. Dee never remarried and has become a celebrated, almost adopted grandmother to the racing community. Even big-name racers like Jeff Gordon have paid their respects to Dee at racing events over the years, and she gets many visitors to the official Bob Tattersall Museum in her house.
Yes, I go to every Hall of Fame banquet that there is. And I have Australian company year-round, and you can't beat the racing family. If ever in need, is all you have to do is say one thing and you got all kinds of help. It's like the farmers. They all pull together.
In 2018, Dee's lifelong home of Streator, Illinois, honored Bob with a mural during their hosting of the 25th annual Wall Dogs Meet.
They were just painting their hearts out. We had a lot of good conversation with them. I took up some of the trophies, some of the articles that I had, and shared them with them, and it's been nothing but laughter.
In the nearly 50 years since Bob's death, he hasn't been lost to history. Dee's made sure of it, but his memory is nothing compared to the real person.
I would have him back in a minute if I could have him. He was a barrel of fun. Every day was a new day, and with racing, you're almost on a vacation all the time. And then when he did go overseas, when he come home, it was always a honeymoon. So if I could have him back, I could have him back in a minute.
Joy Hernandez for Great Day TV.